Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play Darling Dead. It is another Yandere dating sim where we're a Yandere and one of our love languages or both our love languages are Yandere as well. So it's Yandere, X Yandere, X Yandere, or Yandere X Yandere. Let's begin. Okay, we can only play the demo, by the way, so even though the game has officially came out for YouTube. So if you guys like this, consider buying, supporting the creators. Choose your name. I'm gonna share. Definitely going with darker skin, slightly darker. I think that wouldn't be good. And now it's awesome too. Now I'll do this. Okay. We have to stop doing this. In the mantra you repeat yourself all the way from the city, then through the forest. And yet, as soon as Wyvern's manor comes into view, your resolve falters. Crap, maybe I should just leave. And too late, one of the servants has already spotted you, and not just any servant. X? Were you mistaken? Though he tilts his head in your general direction, he doesn't seem to notice you. He looks colder, without his usual smile, almost like a stranger. But you know he's a sweet boy. He's always been, even since you brought him here from the streets of Rosarium. X, can you hear me? Again, he doesn't react, continuing to sweep the ground at the entrance, like one of those castle guards in UK, right? This is a reaction, or they're not supposed to have a reaction. By the time you make your way to him through the dense bushes, he's already gone. His broom is also nowhere to be seen. I thought it was a guard. So just quaking, you give yourself a moment to take in the view of the garden that you promised yourself that you're seeing for the last time. Then after the final glance at the pond, you follow in X's footsteps. The manor is unusually quiet, though it's far from deserted. The fire is cluttered with broken furniture and other remnants of rather intense celebration. What were they celebrating? The servants that come to welcome you are cordial and meticulous with their handling of you. Unsurprisingly, so as Eleven towards nothing sort of perfection. You wave them off when they insist on escorting you to the drawing room. You don't tend to stay long, but you also know too well how easily your plans shatter when you let Levin talk you into having a drink for old time's sake. That eventually turns into a week of, well, we're not gonna say it. Let's not get into that. You're here for a quick breakup. This time it's a definite one. Until it's not. The hallways upstairs turn to retain a clever post-celebratory ambience. The floors are clean and waxed, but you can smell the scent of wine and perfume in the air. The candles as well must have been put out recently as the smoke continues to cloud the passages. Oh yeah, I see it. I do like that all the time. I actually like the fact that we could create our characters too. Though I do like, and I do like having like us on the screen. The older servants you pass, the older servants you pass here, the regulars, you don't look you in the eye, as they scurried in to and fro with baskets full of laundry. You never felt welcomed around them, not since the previous owner died. I think they're trained to also um, not look you in the eye. At least that's what I think servants actually did, from what I've heard. Like, looking on YouTube and researching all that. Given the state of the manor, the current master of the house has to be nearby, sleeping off yesterday's party, no doubt. The guest room's door are all ajar to air out, informing you that none of the guests stayed the night. Still doesn't help the pang of jealousy that shoots right through your chest. So old that it's tired. You're sick of yourself. You really are, and you know it's sick. It's sickened. Levon too. All he never ever wanted was to be set free. He sacrificed everything for it, only for you to step in and friend it. What did I do? It's hard to find a person who doesn't run away screaming at the sight of you, and harder still for someone to accept you as you are. As a result, Live 1 and X remain the only people you can interact with on a regular basis. Oh, because we're a kind of a vampire, I think? You're fine with that. After all, people are nothing but a disappointment. Given your fate as a social recluse, you know you should content yourself with your friendship with Lavon and many benefits, but you can't. And so, you have reached the point of no return. You need to put an end to this before it's too late. Lavon's room is unoccupied, but yours, on the other hand, isn't. Just as you wing in to open it, a murmur reaches your ears. Lavon's inside, but the answering voice makes you realize that he's not alone. Yes, you heard the rumors about his lover last time you visited, but surely, of all the people to catch Lavon's fancy, it would not be to lock Lavon. Wait. Or X's Provos finish the game and replay it at this point. So we have to save. We'll save, I think. But I'm gonna have to do our point of view. And yet, and your heart was still beating. If your heart was still beating, it would have stopped right this instant. So we're a vampire. You can't hear the conversation, but then again, you don't want to. The visuals are more than enough. Livon's hands, X, a necklace. Your necklace. Oh, they're the lovers. It's a precious gift that you left behind, just in case you needed an excuse other than your eternal hunger to return. For Lavon, it must have been nothing more than a babble to hand over without a second thought. You can't see Lavon's face, and you don't even want to. You know full well that with his perpetual wilfulness, he wouldn't be having a private conversation with anyone who he deemed unworthy of his attention. Or they're trying to find us. But there he is, standing just beneath, a breath away from X. The scattered distance has to be too much for him, because he leans even closer, obscuring the view for a moment and waving the saying entirely to your imagination. At once, you feel your fangs sharpen as your mind screams at you to bite, maim, kill, like a slasher. Oh wait, we're a vampire, like a vampire. You're not a savage. You're not. And X is a sweet boy. It's not his fault. Poor thing. Looks so surprised. Even so, a part of you regrets bringing him here. Regrets saving him, if it means he... No, you can't think that way. Not about your poor, dear X. As a child of the plague, his life was miserable enough, and you don't have it in you to deprive him of happiness, even if it comes at your own expenses. Oh, plague, so it's medieval ages? Fantasy Middle Ages. When Livon finally wings away and steps aside, X's expression is just as pitiful and perplexed as before. You know he can't possibly see you, so or know that you're here, but he moves, just slightly, in your direction. He seems taken back by the attention he's receiving. Ah, but what a sweet boy. Perhaps he's worried it might hurt your feelings if you knew. Even so, it's not your place to be hurt to begin with. Livon isn't yours, never has been. And a couple of hundred of stolen kisses means nothing. Stolen kisses mean nothing. Not when the exchanges are just as many with others. Unable to watch any longer, you retreat into the shadows of the hallway. You're perplexed. You prepare to withdraw right this instant without having your last conversation with Livon. But X's sudden arrival prevents you from fleeing. Lion, you're back. I'm so glad to see you. From his mane alone, you'd think it's the whole exchange with Livon to never happen, because in place of their surprise, you see a delighted grin. He hides the happiness poorly, forcing his pace to a normal stride instead of his usual sighing jumping. But if he had a tail, you're sure it'll be wagging like crazy. X, how have you been? Covering your eavesdropping is not the only reason why you're exchanging pleasantries. You too worry for X when you're away, though it seems needless when Livon and X being. Stop it. There will be time to dwell on that later. Hard at work. The mire's always so quiet when you're away, but it's never boring. You're back now, and that's all that matters. Say, you're here to stay, right? Open excitement fills you with guilt, but because it drives home the fact that it's the last time you ever see him. Oh, they're not gonna let us go. I love you too, but you know how my job is? Oh, next time then? Actually, it might be good that your visit's brief. Oh, so you could just do this stuff with him, so you can keep Livon to yourself. You shake your thought off with some effort. X isn't malicious, and you shouldn't be either. What's that? Why's that? I heard masters shouting the other night. Traitors and spies! I'll in them all. You want to ruin my reputation? Huh. You'll see about that, or something dramatic like that. X mimics Livon's mannerisms and voice perfectly, as suspected of a street performer of his caliber. You should have known he was just being humble when he said he had no talent, and only did it for spare change. That's abnormal. How? I know what you're thinking. I also assumed that he was just throwing in their champer tantrum. But the military hounds? Military hounds? X wings in, dropping the volume to whisper. They found one of Master's business partners in the river this morning, and he wasn't swimming. If you catch my drift. Oh yeah, no, he was swimming. He swam all night. Probably not with the fishes. He's swimming with the fishes, that's for sure. What happened? An accident or a certain thing, supposedly. What? Oh, but you doubt it? Do you think a lot? You don't think so, too? If you were here when his arrival meant the same exact fate, river, and everything. You still for a moment. You know Ivan more than is more than capable of certain of um. I repeat, someone accidents and so forth are his go-to when people cross him. Nobody was caught, and the incident was written off as unsolved. Of course not. Ivan's too screwed to ever make mistakes. Do you think it'll be connected to life? Not sure, but it's gone. People shaking in fear. Other business are warning each other to be careful dealing with Master. He's looking to get business done. He's getting reckless. That's not good. X nods, shuffling their step closer to you until you're fully in his bubble. No, it's not. He's not telling me what got him so spooked. But you know what? You know, right? You're always been so close. He must have told you this is what this is all about. Must have? Not very likely. You're not too much of a coward to ask, and he doesn't volunteer anything by himself. Case in point, Ivan's new lover, taken secret. If he started concealing his private life from you, you're not entirely sure what else he's hiding. It's like it's going to do a surprise party. Listen, Ryan, you've done so much for me. Give me a home and a job. I know nothing I could ever do will be enough to repay you. But that's not the only reason why I'm so worried about you. Because I'm a vampire? Worried about me? With all the talk about traitors and Master trying to clean up loose ends? You think I'm next? You laugh, but X doesn't seem amused at all. X steps closer to you, so abruptly that you almost punch him out of reflex. It's a good thing you managed to stop yourself. Weak, sicky, X is no match against a human, not mention a vampire. X barely notices the aborted attempt on his life, taking both your hands into his and clutching them up to his chest. It's not funny, Lion. For all we know, you could be in real danger. You go way back. Surely you know things about him that would be considered incriminating. Yes, I'll keep that in mind, X. Thank you. His worry is sweet, but untouched. Even if Livon is not as close to you as you wish, you're still friends, and that counts for something. X mistakes the flash of pain in your eyes for anxiety and attempts to comfort you by nuzzling his face into your palms. All the while, he's clutching at your hands, unwilling to let go. There's nothing to worry about, X. I'll be fine. Even so, I can't bear to leave you. What if you disappear again when I'm not looking? It wouldn't be the first time you left without saying goodbye. I've tried. I need a feed, right? It's like X pouts, causing you to laugh. A pitiful expression. That's a pitiful expression. I won't do that again, I swear. But you're not planning on staying either. Is that it? I'll explain everything later after. After you and Liv are through. But X, shouldn't you get back to work? I wouldn't want Liv to scold you for getting distracted. Yes, I have lots to do. He really works me to the bone, you know? Here's hoping he won't punish me too much for keeping you up. Why would he? If anything, he knows how much I enjoy your company. That's the problem. He's a Yandere. Pardon? Oh, nothing. I better get going. The Master could be here for any second now. X whines, slowly releasing his hold on you. I'll come looking for you when I'm done here. Really? That's a promise, okay? He starts to pivot, then turns right back, catching your hands into his once more. I really don't want to go. He laughed, cheered up by X's puppy-like nature. All right. It's only for a moment. I'll be back with you soon. Then, I'll hold you to that. X salutes you jokingly before letting go of you for good and disappearing into the thick shadows of the hallway. Regrettably, the smile he brought to your face doesn't last long. When Livon finally stutters out of the room, he doesn't even have the gall to add surprised or ashamed of being caught red-handed. Why would he? It's not like he's done anything wrong. He approaches you with his arms open, leaning in to give your cheek a kiss. After what you just witnessed, the mere notion fills you with disgust. You leap out of his reach that he finally reacts. He frowns, and that, in turn, makes you feel ashamed. You have to remind yourself that it's not his fault that you caught feelings for him. He never promised you anything. Live, let's stop. Stop what? You barely stepped a foot into the manor, and you're always saying nonsense. Yeah. I'm serious. No, you're hungry. Gonna go feed you. Alright. His smile is sweet, mellow, and obviously fake. It's his angry one. No, scratch that. He's rapidly becoming furious. It's like, no, I'm not hungry. So you want to stop? What exactly? What happened to the 2 months? What happened in the 2 months when you were away that you want to stop so badly? You want to stop Normie? I'll welcome that. Oh, he's definitely Yandere. I'm putting you in danger, Live. I can't keep coming back here. Excuses. But what else can you say? It hurts to see you fool around with other people. I want to devour you. No, never. No, the devour probably. We're a vampire. The status quo might be vague, but tying around you like a noose, what he gives you is not enough. But can't ask for more. It's a stalemate. Says who? Your mercenary friends? Please. I have mercenary friends? I could have stayed with them. Wives, huffs, waving a hand carelessly. You know he's sick and tired of this conversation, but you can promise it's the last time he'll have to listen to it. Or is it? You need something, remember? Who will take care of you? If not me. Who would feed you, he means. But you don't address the part of your relationship out loud, not anymore. At first, you only drink his blood out of necessity. But later it became the perfect excuse. I don't want to be a monster, but animal blood doesn't sustain me. Is there a better reason to seek him out than that? But in all honesty, animal blood does. I'll make do. I'll make do. I'll make do. Stop with this gibberish. I'm not staying. Pardon? I must have misheard. You didn't look. I have work. Work. That's all you care about lately. What about me? What? Need I remind you? We have an agreement. He hisses, and it takes everything in you not to flinch. The arrangement. Yes, that's all you have. I'm keeping your ground safe, aren't I? It's your turn to scoff. Of all the things to excuse you of, not fulfilling your need of the bargain is too much. There's no monster sightings in the Livon's territory since you chased off the last one a decade ago. Now that's a fulfilling. How's that fulfilling the arrangement? By some miracle, how are you going to do that? Pray tell, if you were to leave, not permanently. Wait, no, it's supposed to be permanent. And even if I were, so what? Times have changed at Livon. You're not climbing the ladders of society anymore. You can afford to hire actual guards. So that's what it's about, huh? When I told you to quit gabbling with the sword of yours, you told me it's your calling. Now you're telling me you're bored with it? It's like, yes, now I am. Fine, I'll get guards. I just thought you hated having strangers wander around the perimeter. Yes, that's what you said ages ago when you thought that keeping people away from the manor would stop Livon's eyes from straying. What is that new job of yours? No, don't tell me. I'd rather know when you're coming back. I'm not sure. Well, then give me approximation. A year, maybe. Or, a few? A year? Marvelous. His eyes are sarcasm. Yep, sarcastic. Livon's eyes widen. The squint as he frowns. His words and whole demeanor drip sarcasm. And whose blood are you going to drink in the meantime? Unexpected victims. The point way he says that makes you wonder if he really cares about the fact that you'll be feeding off someone else, or if his real concern lies elsewhere. No, it's probably the fact that he only wants us to drink his blood. After all, a vampire can make do with another host, but the host, they'll lose the bond of strength and youth the non-lethal bite confers. And isn't the bone a part of your arrangement too? I told you, I'll make two. You don't have to worry about me anymore. Just like you no longer worry about me? That's not true. We're friends. Are we? Because recently it feels as though we're no better than strangers. I was busy. With work, I know. And so were you. I'm sure you barely had time to miss me. Livon chuckles at whatever it is that amused him in your words. He doesn't refute, and instead looks down at the hall, towards the open window. Outside, the sun slowly creeping up the sky. Strain the fragmented red. It's going to be your bedtime soon. Let's discuss it all later. I have servants prepare a meal for you. Okay. I don't need a meal. I could just drink your blood. Livon wraps an arm around you, just like he did 1,000 times before. He orders you in, and before you know it, you're walking wherever he leads. You almost give in entirely, if it wasn't for the faint scent of perfume, too sweet to be his, that reaches your nose. It gives you a nudge you so desperately need. I can't do this anymore. Forgetting about your inhuman strength, you push Livon away from with such force that he ends up colliding with the wall. Oof! I'm sorry. And you are, but with the almost stuck in your nostrils, you don't trust yourself to linger. You don't know what you would do if you did. Lie and wait! Ignoring Livon's screams, you dash into the stairs, picking up the pace when you hear the falling footsteps. Taking a blood? It is. The scent alone makes your mouth water. Just as you're about to let the delicious smell distract you, X's warning rings in your head. with all the talk about traders and master trying to clean up loose ends, the crimson puddle of unknown origins becomes your apple of discord. Or, Eden? Since you're the last person who knows everything about Lavin's past, you refuse to stay where he can maintain you, what does that make you, if not loose end? Betrayal is the only inspiration. Lavin is out to get you, and delude yourself thinking that he cares. No, this is sanity. You need to give Lavin a chance to explain himself. Well, we're gonna go with this one because I obviously probably the bad end. Let's check. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a pair of hands grabbing a large vase. Filled with temptation, you break into a run, increasing the pace when you hear the porcelain shatter right behind you, missing your feet by an inch. Out of the manor, into the garden, you dash as fast as your legs will carry you. You don't stop until something or someone makes you. A wind broom kicked between your feet, you evade the makeshift trap swiftly, only to fall for a much more basic trick. A pair of hands push you up forward, out of a scrap, into the pond. You've been a vampire longer than were a human, but that doesn't mean your final death is not in the cards for you. That final death is not in the cards for you. You're drowning, and if you wait for the sun to rise fully, your ashes will dissolve into water, leaving no trace of your existence. You need to swim, but your body's like an anchor, sinking deeper and deeper into the pond, and as panic strikes, it refuses to acknowledge that it's already dead. In a moment of lucidity, you wonder what will happen after. Will Lavin pretend to moan, or will he act base? Just as he did on the day of his spouse's accident. What unlucky groom. First, blank, his spouse, now you, his friend. Which of his lovers will be next, you wonder, X? The crimson spills across the lake like vice Surya. I can't pronounce it right now. You don't get to see the first rays of sunlight, though through the darkness seizes you first. This is happening in the past. Your life was already over half a year ago. The second vampire teeth sank into your neck, draining you both of blood and humanity. Though you didn't know that yet, you're painfully aware of it now. You're running through the woods with the hunters falling hot on your trails. Denying your true nature result in some problems you couldn't have foreseen. You're starving. Your attitude set, says the dude. Feeding off animals could only take you so far, so your body needs more substantial substance than the simple fun. It was ill-advised to go against the teachings of your sire, fooling yourself that you can cheat the monster within you. You couldn't. The second you smell the scent of freshly drawn blood, an odor that should have been foul, yet to you, it was anything but. Your mind shut down. You came back to yourself with a mouth latched on a passerby, gobbling them up until the corpse descended like a feather into the drown of dirty alley. In the rush of panic and being promptly discovered, you nearly managed to avoid the guards, left no protection, and forsaken your maker. You had no other choice but to flee. We're gonna do every single choice here. So I've saved. Just make sure, see what every route in the demo. And so you did. You ran into the hills. You're running still. You have no plan to stopping. Your hand is sadly forced. The ones that were called after you are no simple guards, but hunters trained to kill creatures like you. Despite your superior reflexes and speed, A bolt shot for a great distance pierces your leg. The pain is debilitating, downing you for a second before you scramble upward to continue your escape. You're delayed only half a minute, yet it was enough for the reality of your predicament to finally dawn on you. It's right when the hunters say your kin is not that of prey, but parasites, and it appears you will die like one, with nowhere to replicate. It will be a matter of time before they capture you and cut off your head. Still pushing through, you use the rest of your rapidly draining energy to increase the space between you and your pursuers. Crossing the tall, dense foliage, uncaring about the thorny branches and poisonous weeds, you dash towards the shelter. Oh crap. It's not shelter, it's a carriage. Luxurious, but with one broken wheel. And we're gonna help them, huh? The horses and the coachman are gone, but the owner is still inside, blinking at you through the open door, face slapped with surprise. Oh, what a sight you are. You can guess. You look the part of the monster you are. Your hands and face bear the evidence of your meal. Lucky you. You're visibly injured. As long as he doesn't see your eyes, he might believe you're a victim, man. Head ripped to the side, you and the men stare, alarmed, at the source of the unexpected sound. Hunters, the reinforcement has arrived. You underestimated them. They must have had you cornered. They were leading you into a trap. Quick-witted, the young man waves you over, going as far as the wing out of the carriage to grab a fistful of your cloak and yank you inside, pushing you under a mountain of blankets. It saves our life. What are you? Dodging your clawed hands, the man muffles your mouth with his palm, using the other arm to shove you under the mass of blankets and suitcases. He doesn't need to hush you again, because you understand that, as unlikely as it is, he's helping you. It doesn't take much time for the hunters to circle the carriage, though you can't see. You hear everything perfectly. A couple shooters are hiding in the bushes. One of them comes forward, her voice gradually becoming louder. My lord, are you alone? It's not safe here. Yes, the wolves and whatnot. See, I like nothing more to be on my own way. Alas, I'm unable to. The lord's voice is amiable, soft, and carefree, as he lies through his teeth to a dozen, if not more, heavily armed hunters. It saves a vampire. Did my coachman send you? I thought he had forgotten about me and left me here to rot. The silence that answers is dense. There's no reason to distrust the man, especially since he seems to be a noble. Additionally, hunters prefer not to reveal the resistance of monsters to the general public to prevent panic. Yes, we came to see if you're well. We'll call the guards from the estate to fetch you. At the command, all the stirring hunters dispense. One of them rushes in a different direction. You hear the rustling of glass and leaves for a long while, then nothing. Have you perhaps seen? Yes? No, nothing. When did you see your say your coachman left? About an hour. It was still light then, as light as it could be in the forest. The coachman might have been our meal. Of course. More silence. When you start to ax, the word speaks. Too conversational. What are you thinking? What are you hunting for? Isn't it too dark to see anything? Bison, my lord. We are almost done. The word carries the conversation, and you realize that from the blood from your wound has to be still in the glass. If he wasn't keeping her occupied, she would have noticed it. He's literally saving her life. Best, I'm pretty sure this is our Yandere too. Just as younger. Eventually, The guards came and the hunters leaves. Well, the guards repaired the wheel and attached the horses. The ward says to not bother him and closes the door. He takes the blankets off you, partially, so that he could hide you again if needed. Observing him from so close, you notice that his eyes are the most sunshine green you've ever seen. You're unmistakable. Yours are unmistakable to have a vampire. Why are you helping me? I think people like you and I should help each other. He shrugs, the curl of his hair falls to his forehead. And I don't like hunters very much. People like us? What are you? He's wrong. You're not even a person. And he? Contrary to you, he smells perfectly, deliciously human. Strange. Just as words can make you question. Just as his words can estrange you, okay, I'm gonna pronounce it. He grabbed your chin in one hand, prying your lips open with a thumb. Hey, shh! Don't worry, I'm not going to eat you. I think you're gonna have hilarious. I like we're showing them our vampire teeth. But you look hungry. With a childlike sense of wonder, rather than fear, he presses down on your sharp fang, splitting his skin open. His blood is diabolically sweet. Your fight against the overwhelming bliss is futile. This is happening now. You wake up in a bed, in a room that looks like yours, only that the furniture and decor are wrong. Your head is a mess, so is your body when you try and move. Oh, there they are. That had been him. In the past, live on his hair. But he, too, looks strange. Short hair and massive piercings, strange clothes. He scoffs fiercely, and the intensity of his glare startles you. Where were you? What were you thinking? Running. Hey, you're scaring her. There's a servant next to Ivan, raven-haired. The eye that's not covered by his rage is like a void between the stars, all black and quiet. He blinks hellishly when you speak. Isn't that our wife? What is she saying? Okay. Did we get Isekai to a different version of them? What is he saying? What strange language? Ivan ignores the servant, turning all his attention towards you. The anger you see on his face slowly morphs into confusion, then worry. He explains that you fell into the pond. How odd, you feel dizzy, perhaps, but otherwise well. And that's what you tell him. Ivan H's at the mention of she's not with him, and you assume she would be here as soon as she heard about your little adventure with the pond. Maybe she's in town. She does leave so often nowadays. So there's so much to do before the wedding approaches. Oh wait, that doesn't pass. Wait, this is our time. Wait, what? Not that Ivan cares. He's only in it for the money. I'd like, R.I.P. his old lover. Ivan? Lion. The way he says your name always makes you feel warm and so impossibly guilty. His eyes are trained on your face, gentle and soulful. His hand, likewise, is so soft when it brushes the stray hairs out of your face. Just as delicately, he informs you that Blank is dead. Huh, dead? How could she be dead? She's fine. She was fine just yesterday. But you recall the carriage incident. Oh. You and Live, you almost kissed in Blank's garden under the full moon on the night before the wedding, no less, and then he fled. You were too ashamed to look Blank in the face again, in the eyes. But you returned just a week later, after the letter, with within a butchery live on scent. He asked you to come back. You did, and then a decade later, he tried. Tied you down, tried to drown you. He tried to REP you too. Lion, hey, are you? The amount of memories that come rushing in is staggering. Your consciousness slips again, unable to handle the onslaught. Your bedroom at Livon's Manor smells like his perfume and blood. Usually now, a foreign medical scent permeates the air. The windows are covered in thick blackout curtains that block every ray of sunlight, attempting to squeeze it in from the outside. I still see some. Despite the cooling darkness in the room, you could see perfectly well. Livon slumped in a chair, deeply asleep. His chest rises and falls in the rhythm of his even breath. At least one of you is calm. At least one of you is calm. The sight of him alone has you scrambling upwards, intent on leaping off the bed. It's not for the water that spills out of your lungs, resulting in the coughing fit that impedes your escape. Lion. Livon wakes up with a start, already standing before his eyes, turned fully open. Instead of a knife that you know he carries in his long riding shoes, he reaches for a cloth. He holds it in front of you, so you could spit and cough in it. Well, he massages your back with his free hand. His touch is tender, and if he didn't just witness him throwing a vase at your head, you'd think he's genuinely worried. How do you feel? Can you speak? Another coughing fit has you body seizing, supernatural reflexes or not, with what feels like a bucket of water in your stomach. You are at Livon's mercy. It's like, yeah, I think we're going to be in his mercy no matter what. Take it easy. The doctor said your body is fine, but you must have hit your head when you fell. It's like, likely story. Really now? Does he think the face struck you? As if Livon is a lousy hunter, and his aim has always been crap. It's like, that's why you just decide to drown people. You're about to tell them this much, but they're a mouthful of water and interrupts you mid-word. Hold still. Giving an applause-worthy performance, Livon tuts and fusses over you until you're sure you can speak without imitating a Fallon. Then he relocates you to his recently vacant seat and kneels in front of you, holding your hand in a vice-like grip. To friend us again. So how is your head? Do you remember anything? When your frame stiffens, so does Livon's grip on you. His skin is like coals against your frozen body, warm enough to hurt. Well, I suppose the past doesn't matter. Do you remember me? As if you could forget. How many nights have you spent wishing you could do just that? It's alright. Don't be scared. The doctor warned me. The effects of the amnesia might be more dire than I intentionally thought. It's like, I don't think I have amnesia, unless all the stuff I was previously doing was wrong. What amnesia? What is he? Hold on, that's not a bad idea. If he thinks you have no recognition of his ploy, maybe he'll lower his guard enough for you to escape the manor. Lion? Oh, yes, Yes, I can't remember anything. Wyvern frowned, scrutinizing you for you're not sure what. Crap, he's not buying it, is he? Quickly, what's the safest memory you could conjure? Ah, your very first one. I think I saw you in a forest, but you look different. Oh, that was a lifetime ago. Yes, he's right. It was in more ways than one. You were my savior. Just a day ago, the admission wouldn't taste so bitter. Now it hurts to admit that out loud. Wyvern, on the contrary, only smiles. I'm much more than that, Lion. I'm your fiance. It's like, wait, did we actually get this, like, he's a kind of a different version? Or is he lying for his teeth because he's Yandere? Yes, my pardon? Your fiance. In your stupefaction, you failed to react when Wyvern tells your fingers together, looking up at you adorably. What a shameless butthole. You might not remember it now, but we're very much in love. We're what? In love, silly. His audacity renders you speechless. Though it seems that your lack of response doesn't discourage him, he waits you just for a second to ring a bell and thus alert the servant, but returns promptly before you can gather your wits about you. Don't fret. It doesn't matter if you recall or not. I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other again. It's only the ultimate untimely arrival of the servant that prevents you from launching yourself at Wyvern and tearing his neck artery with your fangs. Well, that and the lingering affection that still withers under the heel of raisin. Took you long enough. Wyvern doesn't spare the servant a glance, busy brushing his thumb over your wrist, where your dead pulse resides. Clean the mess at once. My betrothed needs to rest. If the servant is surprised to hear the revelation, they don't let it show, which is probably their job. Making quick work of changing the sheets and mopping the floor, they leave as quickly as they had walked in. Wyvern carries you back to the bed and surprisingly doesn't huff and puff at the considerable weight of your inhuman bones. Curious, did he start to exercise? Do you remember what happened after our fateful encounter? When you shake your head, Wyvern smiles. It's all right, darling. I'll remind you. Instead of bedtime story or a lullaby, he treats you to a recollection of your past, or rather his imagining of it, because even though you do recall the event, you sure the heck didn't played out the way he narrates them. After the demise of your sire, you stayed with me in the manor until the hunters lost your trail. And then, after the local mercenary gang was eradicated, you moved on to dispose of the hunters. It took you a while, and I was nearly petrified with worry, so as I was waiting for a letter that I'm sure you sent, but was lost somewhere along the way. I'm boring you, aren't I? I agree. Let's skip the important events and talk about us. Us? What's there to discuss? Judging from the excitement that emanates from Wyvern, a lot. I think we fell in love at first sight, but you were too shy to act on it, so I had to take the first step. Huh? Yes, I was just as surprised. You're usually so straightforward, but don't worry. I think all your sides are. It's like I think we got easy guide. A hesitant knock resounds once, twice, and when nobody responds, a skittish servant peers into the room, apologizing after every second word. Don't you see I'm busy? I'm sorry, master, but the guest. To heck with them. They can entertain themselves. I'm staying here. Oh, no, you don't. Taking a loud yawn you're capable of, you force your eyelids to slide half-mast, hoping that your face betrays exhaustion, despite your feeling the opposite. It must work because Livon adjusts the blanket, pulling it all the way to your chin. Oh, you must be tired. Sleep. I'll stay with you until you wake up. Oh, he's gonna stay. Oh, yeah, no. It's like, no, it's fine. Get some rest too. We could talk more later. The idea seems to please Livon, and he gets to his feet with a grin. It's like, did he actually try to kill us though? That's right. We do have so much trouble to talk about. Chuckling to himself, Livon leans to press a kiss against your forehead. The skin he touches burns. Sweet dreams, my love. You too. I'll see you tonight. Over your dead body. Which probably is already kinda dead because we're undead. Yes, see you. You're lying, butthole. You don't need to breathe, but still a sigh of relief leaves you as soon as the door closes behind Livon, and the sound of his footsteps fades down the hall. Cautiously, you lie there, listening in for a while longer to make sure he's not coming back, and then when you're sure he's not, you approach the window. Escaping violent entrance would be a sure way to get caught. Guest or not, while you could attempt to sneak past them, jumping out the window would be a civic faster route. Or turning into bad if we have that power. But that's only if you ignore the sun blaring outside, your mortal enemy. Your escape will have to wait until nightfall, but who knows what will happen until then. Your best bet seems to be playing along with Livon's charade, at least until you gather your bearings. With a sigh, you move to step away from the window, when a soft rustle comes from the right behind you as you work to roar about an intruder. I wouldn't recommend doing that, even if it wasn't daytime. He also sent the military hounds to patrol below. It's like, okay, you're not gonna fake everything. X, when did you get here? Just now. It was a challenge. Let me tell you, Master wants no one to bother you. That's kind of him. X doesn't bother hiding his scoff, crossing his arms huffily. Kind, sure. I had to bug him for hours, just to warn if he's still alive. In the end, it was the doctors who let me know how you were doing. So, yes? How's your brain? My brain? You know, they said you're, amnesiac? Amnesia. I'm struggling with it. You don't have to hide it from me, Ryan. I would have done the same if I were in your shoes. Then why did you ask? The question comes out a lot more irritated than you intended, but it doesn't bother X one bit. He just shrugs, waving a hand in the air dismissively. Because I was worried sick. I really thought he RP'd you. He frowned at the mention of Livon. You really knew nothing about him, huh? And now he's like, we're in a relationship. He's telling me a bunch of nonsense. I knew he was a good liar, but his performance was something else. I don't know what he's doing it for. Trying to lower your guard, maybe. Don't worry. There's too many people in the manor right now for him to harm you. Also, I think you both are after me in a different sense. I guess that's what he's trying to keep me inside. I guess that's why he's trying to keep me inside the room. You're right, he's worried about his reputation, so that will make sense. He squirms in disapproval as he says that, but then his expression returns to a more natural one. I don't give a crap about his reputation. I have to get out of here somehow. X, you're right. Lyvan's not who I thought he was. X listens to you vent with rapid attention, his hands fisting the material of his apron. He looks like he's holding his breath, waiting for what you say next. I mean, a vase? A vase? He threw a freaking vase at me. Can you believe that? Was it with him? Wait, what vase? I thought they rescued you from a pond. Yes, but that was later. Vase or pond. He almost XOI'd me. That's what matters. You're completely right. I'm sorry I couldn't prevent it. No, you have nothing to apologize for. It's not your fault. Maybe I could have interfered. It doesn't matter now. It happened. It did. I can't change the past, but what I can do is help you escape. Help me how? Listen, when the night falls, the party begins. I'll bring you a servant's outfit and sneak you out. But you have to play sitting duck for a bit. We'll play you surrounded, and soon you'll be sending someone to guard your door in case of emergencies. Yeah, emergencies like me escaping. The only emergency that's happening is the one I'm in right now. I know. Just keep your chinning and take it easy. If you're going to escape, isn't it better if you do it with full energy, right? Right. I'll have to be patient. It's too easy to make a mistake when you're in a rush. The near-death experience, though not your fault, has left a toe in your body. As a deep inhale, churn of yawn escapes your mouth, X takes it as a cue to help you to the bed, where you lay under the covers, head weighing heavily on the soft pillow. Wait! Breaking barely, you watch X as he frankly clutches your hands, just like he did earlier. He doesn't seem aware what he's doing, so the action must have been carried out unconsciously. What do you think about running away? I mean, that's what I'm planning. No, together with me, I mean. Running away with me, Wyan. Okay. Wait, like elope? It's like, yes, that's what he's thinking. X pale cheeks grow red at the suggestion. His eyes flicker towards his feet. If you like. X's lips start to wobble. He speaks with difficulty, prompting you to wrap your arms around him. I mean, no disrespect. It's only that I'm scared. I don't know what I would do if he, What do you mean? I'll be fine. You'll be fine. He won't hurt you. How could I be fine without you? Besides, you're sure he won't? Even if I reject his advances? Lyvan wouldn't. Or would he? He has no issue disposing of you, shared past or not. God's only know what he could do to this poor defenseless X. Is that why you want to run away? You squeeze X closer to you, trying to comfort him. It doesn't help much, seeing how he begins to shiver, nearly vibrating out of his skin. Please don't leave me here. Just take me with you. All right. I don't think it's safe for you to stay, either. Especially if Lyvan catches wind what you're doing for me. Thank you. You're so kind to me. It's the easiest I can do after getting you into this mess. X shakes his head in disagreement, perching himself on the bed right beside you. I really want to stay with you tonight, can I? I don't think. What if I can't manage to sneak in later? And what if Lyvan catches you here? I don't think he's would be practically pleased. No, I don't think he would. X whips purse as he weighs the pros and cons, seemingly leaning towards taking the risk regardless. You know you can't, X. How am I supposed to escape if you get into more trouble than the one I'm currently in? X relents, smiling at you feebly. Fine, I'll go. I promise to be brave. I'll do what you want me to do. I know, X, you always do. You did say you like good boys best, didn't you? I'll be a good boy, just for you. Aww. Our second Yandere is just being adorable. Is he vampire too? Does it seem like all Fane right here? I thought they said human. Okay. We said human. This looks like it's Fane. Alright, good boy. Get out of here before someone sees you. Just a second. With a disapproving huff, X snags back into your arms. I don't want to face him. Poor thing, he really must have been struggling with you while you were away. He never would have guessed. I thought they were having it together, though. I get it. I'm sorry, X. Are you? If so, would you? Yes? Moving your hand towards his head, X stares at you with the big, watery eyes. One pat on the head, please. It's been a while since he was so touchy-feely with you. It seems he missed you quite a bit, didn't he? You're so needy. And so much like a puppy, this one. You decide to humor him with his request before shooting him away. Now that Livon can't catch you by your surprise anymore, you're certain that you can protect yourself from his attack. The same can't be said about the poor defenseless X. I'll see you soon, YN. He promises, putting a finger on his lips when he quietly exits the room, shutting the door behind himself softly. Falling alone, your gaze turns towards the window. In your mind, there's only one thought. I'm gonna go. How could he? A loose end, are you? The anger and the hurt still rise with the anger and hurt rise within you, like awaken a magma. The long contained emotions make you black out, and when you return to yourself, the pillows and sheets bear your fang marks. Drained, you flop down onto the mattress. Your mind is far from quiet, however. When the clock strikes 12, X opens the door to your room. First expression, you could tell that he's not here to rescue you. Okay, what changed? Good news and bad news. Which one do you... X, stop playing. Master wants me to bring you to the salon. He wants to torture you. Entertain you during the meal. The bad news? What's the good news? Your little X is here. His wide grin and exaggerated high-pitched voice makes you burst into a carefree laughter, something that you haven't done since you came back. My little X here to take me away? X shivers. Poor thing must be cold. You keep forgetting that, as with most humans, he's warm-blooded. Unlike us, we're cold-blooded. When the tremor passes, he casts a gaze towards the floor, shaking his head in response. He's still skimping on the wood, isn't he? Take one of my shawls. You have plenty of them stored in your wardrobe, just for that occurrence. X always dressed so lightly. Even during the winter, you have to chase him down and dress him forcefully. Otherwise, he'll forget his gloves, his hat, It's anything. I prefer your arms wrapped around mine. I prefer your arms wrapped around me. Oh, X, don't pout. You know, it'll make no difference. It's a sentiment that counts, and you wouldn't want me to suffer, right? Right? So needy. It's like, definitely. And so touched the starved. Poor lonely thing. Are the servants still bullying him? You were so sure you got rid of those roaches around him, but you might have been wrong. And might have to go sink our fangs into someone else. It's a good thing you would be leaving the manor together. He's sweet and cuddly, like a puppy. If he didn't ask first, you'd be tempted to steal him away. Your dead cold skin forces another shiver out of him when you gather him into a hug. His torso seems wider and more muscular than it looks, and it relieves you to know that he's finally eating properly. Sweet boy. I'm not a boy. Technically, to us, you are. X protests meekly, blushing all the way to his ears. It doesn't matter how old you are. Compared to me, to you, I'm ancient. It's like, yeah. Don't lie. You're not even 100. When you squish his cheeks in retaliation for his insolence, he yelps, and then promptly drives his head into the cluck of your neck, hiding. And how much do you know, huh? I know everything about you. I've been stalking you. You laugh, rubbing your hand up and down his spine smoothly. X? He must be exhausted to zone out so quickly. Even the sigh that he raises as he nuzzles into you sounds weary. My earlier question, are you taking me away? You feel his mouth shifts into a frown against the fabric of your clothes. No, not from here, unfortunately. Just to the salon. He had the corridors lined up with disguised guards, so we'll need to play along. For how long? Not long, just until I find an opening. X lets the sentence drift off, and you wouldn't think anything more of it if it wasn't for his continuous fidgeting. He's lying to us. With your palms pressed against his shoulders, you put some distance between you, forcing him to face you. It doesn't do much as he does this. It does his best to avoid your direct gaze. It might be worrying for nothing. Sorry. Worry about what? Well, you know how Master has been taking care of loose ends? Yeah. No, not only do you know that, but you had the deepest pleasure experiencing such an attempt yourself, yes. I've seen a couple of nobles who come to dine with him privately, then never go out. Is he a vampire now too? He RIPs him? I wouldn't know, but we have been ordered to throw the leftovers into the trash bin. Oh. Interesting. Do you think he's going to poison me? X tilts his head to the side. It's not in confirmation, but it's not in negation either. The information doesn't come to a surprise. After all, what better way to get rid of your enemies than to bring them closer to you? Plus, the first attempt on your life failed, and you know how Live Unknown operates. He always insists that failure is actually a success that only's been planned in time. It's like, so this keeps going. An ugly, bitter laugh tears itself out of your throat. Great, of all things to be stubborn about. Like I said, I'm not sure, but... No, I appreciate it. Next, thank you. avoid consuming anything he serves. Actually, just go. We don't need to consume it. I guess drink his blood, right? Really, I don't know what I'd do without you. If only you had the fortune to rival Wyvon. Buy the servants off him and have them deliver you his head in a silver platter. As it stands, you could attempt to bribe you of another kind, but that will be too tenuous, not to mention whiskey. Turn you into a vampire. Good. I mean, that's good that I'm here. You're here for me, too, yeah? Of course, I'll take good care of you on the road. You can count on me. X-Gran is a bit too eager at the prospect of dealing with monsters and such, but you appreciate the enthusiasm. But first, we need to actually escape the manor. I'll do my best to sneak you out, so remember to reward me later for the job well done. Don't you already get pampered enough? No, not even nearly. He needlessly makes you roll your eyes, though you can't deny it makes you cry daring too. We could discuss your reward later if I survive the meal. Your compliment is like a bucket of cold water, sobering X instantly. You will. I won't let him hurt you. I won't let him hurt me either. Don't worry, the second we're alone, I'm going for his throat. To RIP him, right? No. What else? X cheeks dust with pink, but he denies you response, shaking his head. Vermility. Lead the way then. We shouldn't leave before our delay throws Wyvon into a fit of rage. You should learn more patience from once. Says you, nearly bouncing up and down when you saw me. That's completely different. Yeah, it is. Sure. Anyway, go on next. But I wanted to talk to you more. What did I say about patience? Criticized jokingly, causing X to huff at you. That I have plenty of it? No. That's what we're doing. Do you? Then why don't you prove it? Alright. Alright. I could see why you like to get this meal over with as soon as possible. Follow me. Once you leave the room, there's no chance for you having a conversation, idly or otherwise, as the corridor is lined with staff bowing to you as you walk. You highly doubt Wyvon stationed them there out of respect, so that's not to give him any admission. I can't pronounce it right now. That he could use against you. You keep your head high and your mouth shut. Ammo mission. There. My brain's like, when I'm reading, like, I haven't seen the word. The salon is cleared up to perfection, richly decorated and candlelit, with your favorite curtains separating the main room from the chamber. As soon as you walk in, the servant announces your presence, and Wyvon all but jumps from his chair to escort you to the table. He seats you opposite of him, close enough for his knees to bump into yours. I had all your favorites prepared. Really? You mean, the blood? Okay, I love the fact that we're holding the spoon, all that. Oranges, pomegranates. I have no idea what that is. But we're a vampire. I think our favorite would be, the person talking to us. Wyvon smiles sweetly, waving at the servants to hurry up with presenting the meal, saying that all you can do saying that all you can eat is, well, blood. The chef didn't have to prepare much. Thank you. Lavin waves his hand in an unvoiced, don't mention it. Anything for you? Please, he's playing a loving fiance. Oh, he's playing the lovely fiance. All the while, the air reeks of as the of that of the it's too faint to have been applied recently. Must be a reminder from today's party that's been used without moderation at that. You look you look fancy tonight, darling. You're calling me darling. I know the name of the title, but it gives me flashbacks of other people. A certain someone. Dressed in your yesterday's clothes and with unmade hair. Who is he kidding? Then again, you always do. What a perfect gentleman. Once upon a yesterday, you eat the nicest eats right out of his hand. Today, though, your lips won't be touching anything save for his jugular. The second he loses his guard, you're draining him like the animal he is. Is something troubling you? Ivan asked, finally mentioning your mood, which has been obviously sour ever since you appeared. Besides amnesia? Besides that, yes. You have to stop yourself from throwing a plate as to begin. Does your state please him? He's not even hiding it. Or perhaps, just like you, he still harbors a small bit of affection for you, and would rather not see you dead, if only for old time's sake. Your nonsensical thoughts are stopped when the servant places a bowl of duck's blood soup in front of you. The heady scent makes your mouth water. You're not eating. You ask, knowing that wine on the side of the table remains empty. There's no wine, not even a cutlery set, laid out for him. I had too much to drink. I'm still rather nauseous. Yeah, sure he is. The butthole lies to your face without even blinking. Yeah, he's been lying to us, literally, all this time. It'll be impressive, as if it didn't tick you off so much. Us being, engaged. You look like you have questions. What? Questions, dear. I assume there's a lot you like to ask me. His pet names make your skin crawl, but still your expression into something admirable. About what? Our past, for one. Though I must admit, I much rather discuss our future. Our future? The wedding, for example. The spoon that you just took in your hand falls with clatter into the bowl, splashing the soup around. Oh dear. Ivan, notoriously known for being a neat freak, rushes to your side to wipe the blood off your hands. He's all smiles, all patience. His nose doesn't even scrunch up once. What amazing self-control. Well, dig in. Well, it's still warm. Though he manages to make it sound like a request, no order, he doesn't return to his seat. Instead, chooses to hover around you like a ghost. Is he motioning you to assure that you drink whatever poison he's prepared for you? No way in heck. Actually, I have a few more questions, if you don't mind. Of course I don't. Ask away. I'll answer them all. Why, Frizz teeth, more like. When did we get engaged? When did we get engaged? Wyvern hums, biding his time as he conjures up a lie on the fly. Technically, I didn't have the opportunity to ask the question yet. Okay, that's technically not a lie. Oh! We're in the process of selecting a ring. We're in the process of selecting a ring and preparing the venue, but we discussed it in wave and it was a mutual decision. That's the lie. What was? All of them. All of the decisions we make are mutual. He jumps at the excuse a bit too fast for it to be natural. Even one of the servants gasped at the blatant lie, but they composed themselves promptly before Livon can notice such a transgression. They're telling us true. Just look at the servant of detail. How sweet! We must be so happy together. Naturally, and we're only become happier once the we tie the knot. The knot on her noose, you can very well imagine it. Any other questions? No. Then let me ask you one. Do you like the maid I assigned you? Pardon? A maid. Is that some kind of test? That maid, yes, she's delightful. Oh, it's like his face. I love the fact that his face is turned like into disgust. Livon's brows furrow, an expression that passes too fast for you to gauge. I'm glad. It doesn't sound like it at all, or looked at it like it at all. His glare moves from you to your still full, unnoticed bowl. You need a distraction, or else he'll insist on pouring the concentration down your throat himself. Refuse. Maybe I should go. Where? Back to my room, I mean, you look queasy. Live? Maybe you should lie down. Oh. Wyvern smiles. For the first time this evening, his expression looks relaxed, almost genuine. Don't worry about me. It'll pass. You're my fiancé. Of course I worry. You're such a darling. Wyvern coos. So no one in this world, whole wretched world, cares for me as much as you do. And yet he wanted REP you for it. Shameless butthole. Tell you what, I insist, instead of lying down, how about we go for a stroll? Fresh air is bound to do me good. And the proximity of the pond will give him the perfect second chance to try drowning again. No, you're not stupid. How about you show me the manner instead? The interior seems to have changed, and so has the decor. Oh yes, I almost forgot about your affection. My bad. With a gallant, almost mocking bow, Wyvern offers you his hand. Faced with a dozen pairs of eyes trained indiscreetly on you, you don't dare to even entertain a refusal. Several hours later, Wyvern ceased dragging around the manor, not because he ran out of rooms to show you, or things to say, but due to the sun that's preparing to ascend. Unfortunately for you, the servants, most likely armed, followed you everywhere you go, giving you no opportunity to attack Wyvern, openly or otherwise. The only upside is that they, along with their master, completely forgot about the poisoning plan, at least for now. By the time you're escorted back to your room, you're ready to kiss the ground and bless the silence that falls in the absence of Wyvon's voice. But lies and honeyed words would have already made you vomit, if not for your painfully empty stomach. When you're sure that Wyvon and his entourage depart from the hallway, you reach for the knob. The door's unlocked, but you can't tell if that's a good sign or not. Okay, that was that part of the demo, so we're gonna go back and see what other options lead us to. So it turns out that no matter what choice, it goes to the same ending. So we could go for their point of views now. So let's go with Wyvon's point of view. Let's see if he's actually going to try and RP us. Wyvon is in the middle of the middle walk down. In the memory line, Wyvon is in the middle of a middle walk down the memory lane when Wyan's servant rushes into the room without knocking, entirely uninvited. He slams the door while he's at it too. That mannerless brat. Oh, he hates him. Do you think this is a barn? Wyvon scoffs, shutting the drawer before X's prying eyes can audle its contents. He then turns to level the intruder with a vicious glare that has always remained ignored. I told you to keep yourself scarce when Wyan's away, didn't I? Oh, he definitely hates him. You did, X says verbally, bypassing Wyvon to throw himself at Wyan's bed. What you're doing to do about it is unsaid. But it nags at Wyvon's pride all the same. If not for Wyan, he would have killed this ungrateful butthole 8 years ago. Alas, he'd rather not give Wyan any reason to worry. He actually likes us. Did you clip the bushes like I told you yesterday? Wyvon asked, trying to remind X about his position in the household before the brat forgets himself completely. Wyan might have requested of him to give X a chance, but she didn't say Wyvon couldn't be petty about it either. I mean, they both have a crush on us because they're our yanderes. And sadly, pettiness is all he could employ now. X, the bushes? Huh? Yeah. What's that? Not bothering to stand up, X wings on the mattress, craning his head to see the item Wyvon just took in his hands, a random necklace Wyan left behind during her last visit. Nothing for you, Wyvon scoffs, absentmindedly brushing his fingers over the unseen ridges of the key. The red string tied to it is frayed. The other items in the jewelry are in a similar state. Wyvon should replace them with something more suitable next time he's in town. No, better yet, he could call a jeweler here to the manor. Well, what? Oh, for Pete's sake, the bushes? It cost Wyvon a lot of strength not to slap the brat around as a means of teaching him a lesson. Where Wyvon, his own past master, he would have. Where Wyvon, his own past master, he would have. Wyan might not like it, though. if he stays his hand. You did, or did you, or did you not clean up the garden? I'm not paying you to sit here and be a nuisance. You're not? It's like, no, of course not. Get to work. You're getting paid to work. Live on swears. That's all jokes aside. I would probably do the same. Live on swears. Okay, not really, but if I had a badger, like maybe. Okay, no. Live on swears. He's well aware that X is baiting him, but the level of insubordination is hard to stomach. Anyone else would have been the star of tonight's dinner. Me, I would be the hardest working even if I didn't like him. I'll be still out there gardening. X can only hope Lion's protection over him will last indefinitely. Do you want something from me? Wyvern forced himself to spit through gritted teeth, almost flushing in shame that he's even has to ask such a question. A master addressing a servant so submissively, it would be laughable if it wasn't increasingly. If it wasn't happening, it would be. It's better be good if you don't want to spend the night in the stables again. It's like, oh, he's sleeping in the stables. Following that annoying lopsided grin, the lopsided smile fades slightly, but soon enough, X is grinning again, wider, showing all his teeth. This unexpected mood shift makes him seem even more like a lunatic, though that's not hard to attain at all. He's rather strange for on a good day. We're all strange here. We're all outcast. Matter of fact, I do. X draws, bouncing himself on the mattress as he stalls for a time, trying Livon's patience. I like a promotion. For what? Sitting on the bed of the person Livon likes. Livon snorts. Hilarious. You should be glad I pay you at all, given you're doing nothing of importance. That's not entirely true, but X is hardly a servant Livon couldn't spare to replace. After all, he has the means to dispose any rumors that circulate about him in high society. My threats are appealing. No cost is too great. Oh, I don't think that's what you said after the last banquet, X boasts. Cutting his chin, how many other servants can clean up your mess so well? Oh, the blood and, I told you to keep your mouth shut about that, Livon snaps, throwing around to make sure no one is listening in on them. Oh, they're both in cahoots, though. In his little ploys of getting rid of competition. It's not that it pained him to dispose of the servant or two, but he'd rather not risk the stories reaching Lion's ears. Or I swear, Lions, please or not, I will make a pig feed out of you. That actually makes me laugh a little bit because one of my managers actually joked once about that. If you could probably put a body with a hog pit and they'll probably eat it. That's what's his joke. I love my managers. Easily. We wouldn't want you to get a stroke, would we? You're approaching that age, aren't you? How old is Livon? Now there's a comment Livon has no trouble ignoring. X will be truly grasping at straws if he settled for a jab so weak. But he could have a stroke any time, too. What are you plotting? Livon asked, asking a step towards the bed. I already told you not to pay. I'm not paying you to a penny beyond what you're worth. I mean, I know someone had a stroke when they were like 21, so I thought it was worth nothing. At least you're aware. X smiles stupidly, not at all bothered by the insult. If not a promotion, then how about a new room? There are plenty of empty ones in the manor. X is right, but Wyvern would love nothing more than to refuse out of principle. Harry knows better than anyone how persistent this freeloader can be. It's easier to simply agree and get X off his mind quickly. Fine. Great, I want this one. No, Wyvern protests at once. This is Wyan's room, in case you forgot. It's like, so what? So what? It's actually occupied. If Wyvern stood any closer, he would have slapped X across the face for even daring to utter the words. Instead, he takes a deep, deep breath. So that you useless little worm, he hissed, looming over X. The pendant he's holding sways over X's lap like a pendulum. You think I don't see what you're doing? How you fantasize about covering what does not belong to you? Oh, he does, but he likes us. X freezes, caught point blank. He doesn't deny the claim. What's wrong with wanting, he asks, matching his volume to X's. To an outsider, the conversation might seem cordial, but the tension in the room is thick. So thick it could be cut with a knife. Oh, not even that. It could probably be cut with a spoon. Or a non-sharp object. In general, wanting? Wyvern laughs, throwing his hands back. You forgot a forgotten creature. The best you could do is beg for scraps. X doesn't respond. His uncovered eye sides towards the necklace. You want her. Wyvern chokes once more. It's this time hard enough to make his throat sore. Mere idea making his blood boil. Here, her leftovers are all you ever get. Toss. Oh, this is when we're seeing it. Hurling the necklace at X with his ear, Wyvern takes a hurried step backward before he could do something he'll have to apologize to Wyan for. Mind your place, X, or you return to the gutter of yours. I won't warn you again. X mutters something under his breath, est or rebunk. It matters not, as long as he finally takes his leave, scrapping his shoes over the carpet as he goes. Wyvern grits his teeth, already regretting handing X the necklace, no matter what it was. In the end, it still belonged to Wyan. He'll have to retrieve it later. Okay, now let's go with X's point of view. Thump, thump, thump. X's heart comes to life at the sight of Wyan being like a galloping horse. Oh, he has the heart eyes. Even the prettiest of roses wither in the face of Wyan's magnificence. X almost pities the flora, devoid of its purpose. Instead of rushing over to meet her, X shifts his broom into the crook of his elbow, forcing himself to focus on finishing with the string hang loose from his uniform pants. Oh, he saw us. That's what we were trying to go for him, and he saw us. It pretended not to. X's savior seems wary, but her eyes narrow in focus, as if her thoughts weigh heavily on her mind. Despite her overall sharpness, the slight lope of her shoulders betrayed deep-seated exhaustion that wasn't there before her last visit. As X is to have her back, he knows he's not the reason for Hawaiian's return. Though, judging from her unusual resolute mien, the butthole of the manor might not be Hawaiian's insensitive much longer. Is today following the day, or will the breakup only severe to bring them closer again? Hopefully not. If X has to watch them together one more time, he'll... Oh, I see the little change. He does not like us together with, live on. Crap, X really is tired of being sidelined. Always the third wheel in the vehicle of their love. As much as X tries to help them separate, nothing he ever envisioned worked. He's like, okay, Livon said he was a brat. He's literally like a kid that got mad that the parent is, dating someone. With a growing mistrust and tension between them, it shouldn't be that hard to split them up once and for all. If only YN could catch the butthole red-handed. And doing what? Which would only happen if he did take a lover, which he doesn't. Annoying son of a... Oh, he lied about a lot of stuff, too. No matter, since the servants are scared of crossing him, X will step in himself. Anything to give YN that little nudge she needs to finalize her decision. How naughty Livon is going to be caught with a lover with X. Oh, that was his plan. Yes, X will play the part of the lover. Aw, the things he does for YN. It takes a loud sweep of the broom to catch YN's attention. Her expression brightens with affection, and X almost forgets about his plan. Crap, he hears her voice. He really might. He spoils himself by meeting Lion's eyes for a moment before he focuses himself to pivot. He has to objective to carry out, and he needs it to be perfect. No time for distractions, and YN is the biggest of them all, for both of them. Before he could be questioned, X flees the scene, dropping his broom by the entrance to leave a trail for YN to follow. Like a broken clock, or on any given day, the master would be found in one of the rooms, YN's or his. Today, it's a former. Taking a quick glance to make sure YN's following, X barges in without knocking, making sure to sit where his ruse will be best seen through the keyhole of the now shut door. The drawing chance of Livon's downfall is all too sign for X. In a good day, Livon's ugly mug mindfully ticks X off. Today it makes him feel downright murderous. It's like, X, do you need a spray bottle? Especially prepared with the haughty attitude and nagging the pores out as soon as he opens his mouth. As always, X filters out Livon's compliments, and even earlier than usual. And it's even easier than usual because there's something interesting that catches his eye. A trinket. It's odd, well loved, and Wyans. The last part makes X determined to have it. Shutting a door, Wyvan scoffs at him, not failing to point out X's lack of manners. Do you think this is a barn? X already saw that necklace Wyan left behind, along with the mirage of other belongings that were kept secret from him until now. I told you to keep yourself scarce when Wyan's away, didn't I? It wasn't for Wyan's lingering attachment to Wyvon. X would have taken her far, far away from the manor and its atrocious owner. They both are Yanderes. And I'm a Yandere too, apparently. It's Yandere, X Yandere, X Yandere. X would never let her doubt his love for her, not even for a second. You did, X answers, rolling his eyes, hiding the snark behind Wyvon's back as he passes him by on his way to flop onto the bed. The scent of Wyvon's skin has been seeped deeply into the fibers, overpowers the slightly dusty odor of the sheets. It's intoxicating. X prefers it over any perfume. With how often the sheets are changed in the manor, the scent would have been already washed away with Wyvon's favorite powdered soap. But thanks to Wyvon's order, the aroma remains. X knows the scent intimately, and how could he not? Even if he's no longer allowed to hug or touch Wyan, with which he ignores whenever the master is not looking. Yeah, we could tell from our point of view. He knows where Wyvon's stash of beauty products is, and he shamelessly helps himself to those that Wyan favors. The master knows very little. As a matter of fact, like his servant's Despain, that X carefully collates the disappearing funds from his bank. Oh, X is taking funds too. X, be careful. He already has the plans to, make you sleep with the fishes. And the creeping footsteps just outside the room. He's too distracted, rummaging about the past to hear them either. Wyvon's jaw clutches hard enough for the muscles to twitch. He's restraining himself from starting a temper tantrum, no doubt. I don't think it's gonna be a temper tantrum. It's gonna be it would be a ploy to make you sleep with the fishes. What a pleasing sight! After all, X knows Wyvon can't touch him under Wyan's protection. His self-control is hard won, and it takes him a moment to calm down enough to ask, "Did you clip the bushes like I told you yesterday?" Bushes, whatever. X is not a gardener, so of course he's not going to bother with that. He did not. Though he has to admit, he's glad he happened to be there at the right moment to catch Wyan's arrival. What X wouldn't do to see Wyan right now, even a second spent in Wyvon's company, warrants a palate cleanser. The sound of footsteps halts, prompting X to change the glance at the door, hoping to see Wyan's gorgeous eyeball through the keyhole. Alas, it proves to be futile. Given the great distance, he has to make do with the knowledge that Wyan's outside, so close, yet so far away. X, the bushes, Wyvon repeats, rubbing the necklace between his fingers. Huh? Yeah. What's that? X asks, craning his head as far as he can without disturbing his leaning posture from the bed. Nothing for you, Wyvon answers immediately, almost defensively, as he tends to do when anything to do with Wyan's mentioned. Well, what? X repeats. X pretends to not understand what Wyvon's asking, just to screw with his so-called master. It's fun to tin the line of what X can do and can't do. Can and can't do, including pushing Ryvan's buttons. Ryvan stands, angry, waving his hand. That's not holding the necklace. Oh, for Christ's sake. The bushes. Blah, blah, friggin' blah. Did you or did you not clean up the garden? I'm not paying you to sit here and be a nuisance. Yes, you are. You're not? Exactly, you are. To him. Oh, Ivan walked himself into this one for a little more guarding, and the angle should be just right for Lion to misunderstand. Ivan swears, visibly irritated, when X's face betrays his amusement with lopsided grin. Do you want something from me? Ivan smooths through the grit teeth, causing X to grin and widen further. It's better be good if you don't want to spend the night in the stables again. How many times has he been in the stables? Ah, what a silly fret. A rich man's stables are maintained better than any alleyways X slept in. It even smells better, and X doesn't have to listen to the ear-splitting howling that carries out well into the night. Matter of fact, I do, X admits, bouncing himself on the mattress. Before he delves into the crux of the matter, he stretches the pauses for too long as he can, speaking up just as Ivan is about to lose his marbles. I like a promotion. His crest is met with a snort. Hilarious. You should be glad I pay you at all, given that you're doing nothing of importance. Like, they just hate HR. What other bullcrap? The aftermath of Ivan's parties is hardly a walk in the park. The statue of gruesome rooms resemble a pigsty. Even the mention of all the blood X has to gather and store neatly in the wine cellar. All for us. It's for YN, so he does it with pleasure, but still, doesn't he deserve a little credit for being one of the few who can do the work without fainting or throwing up? Not to mention bearing with the butthole's temper tantrums and other oddities. Oh, I don't think that's what you said after the last banquet, X boasts, lifting his head up to meet Ivan's stare. How many other servants can clean up your mess so well? All the blood and, you know. Ivan's eyes widen in indication before he snaps. I told you to keep your mouth closed about that. Out of habit, Ivan checks his surroundings to make sure that he's about to say next is not overheard. Poor Sob has no idea how right he has to feel paranoid. Oh, I swear, Ryan's pleased or not, I'll make a pig out of you. Empty threats. Everyone knows he wouldn't so much as sneeze if he thought Ryan would disapprove of it. I have a feeling he's one to the face, and it wasn't him. At the thought of Ryan, X couldn't help himself from glancing over the door to make it seem like he did it. Okay. Before Ivan can notice, he covers his fleeting distraction from the fumbling. Easy. We wouldn't want you to have a stroke, would we? You're approaching that age, aren't you? Like I said, doesn't matter. X, you could have a stroke too. What are you plotting? Ivan's eyes narrow in suspicion as he clouds X. Ah, oops. Wait, this is good. Come closer, you butthole. Even if X can't Koi Wyvern into a fight, they could still get physical, or at least make Wyan think they are. I already told you, I'm not paying you a penny beyond what you're worth. As I was worth nothing, X replies, Fox innocently. Fake innocent. At least you're aware. X pulls his sweetest smile for Wyan to watch as he addresses Wyvon in the most rational tone he can muster. If not a promotion, then how about a new room? Maybe with plenty of empty runs in the manor. X doesn't bother using his haggling abilities, knowing that his request will be granted on account of Wyvon's weakness towards YN. It makes it all the easier for X to exploit him. As suspected, Wyvon gives in. Fine. Great, I want this one. X already knows that. Wyvon won't agree, but he can't help himself, can't help wanting more of what's YN's. And because of that, Wyvon refuses. No, this is YN's room, in case you forgot. Like, I come in, it's like, why are you sleeping in my room? So what? X continues to the nonchalant charade. His performance's reward, punished with less distance from Wyvon. The gap between them closing in. So what, you useless little worm? Wyvon spits out, daggling at Wyon's necklace in front of X like a carrot on a stick. It's impossible for X's attention not to stray. You think I don't see what you're doing? How you're fantasizing about covering what does not belong to you? Oh, he's definitely doing that in other things. That rat butthole. YN does not belong to him either. Never. What's wrong with wanting? X snarls back. Involuntary challenging Wyvon. Wanting? Wyvon laughs, onto increasing the distance to throw his head back. He returns all too soon, snapping in X's face. You're wrong, creature. The best you can do is beg for scraps. Silently, X turns his gaze to the necklace. Even a piece of scrap can fill your belly for a long, long cold night. And this will keep X full for a month, much longer. You want her, Wyvern accuses. Equal parts of disgust and anger coating his voice. How can X not? It's useless to deny. X's ears almost bleed at the low laughter Wyvern entertains himself with. He breaks his stare with the necklace when Wyvern speaks again. Here, her leftovers are all you will ever get. And leftovers are what X gets, tossed at him angry, like he's a beggar on the streets. And well, he was, so he takes no offense. Catch. X barely notices Wyvern taking a step back and traced by the little key. He rubs the thumb over it once, forcing himself to stop when he remembers who was touching it beforehand. He'll have to scrub the necklace clean of any of that butthole's trace. Mind your place, X. You'll return to the gutter of yours. I won't warn you again. It's like the eye roll. Understand, master. X mutters and quickly takes his leave, scaring his victory. X puts the necklace on as he darts out of the room, scanning the hallway for... Ah, there she is. X smiles at her, eager to hear what she thought about the little performance. So that was Darling Dead. If you like my content, please subscribe if I do, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time.